Hello all, welcome to another part in practice Selenium Java Automation here training series. In this video, I am going to practically show you how to automate the next test case, that is test case RF. RF means register account functionality 010, that is 10th test case in register account functionality. So in the previous sessions, I've practically shown you how to automate the earlier test cases. Okay, all the things that are marked in green are already automated as part of the previous sessions of this series. You can check it out. Okay, you can go back and check it out, the previous videos of this series where all the previous videos or previous test cases are automated in the previous sessions. Now in this session, I'm going to automate this particular test case. Before I start automating this particular test case, I would like to show you our Telegram group, guys. Okay, this is our Telegram group, here, folks. So here, this is our link, guys. You can join our Telegram group using this particular link, and you can find out all the free webinars. Okay, in this group, we keep posting free webinars that happen every weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, either Saturday or Sunday of every week, we are conducting one webinar on some interesting topics. Okay, that you don't want to miss. So join this group. Not only webinars, you'll get a lot of other information also regarding a lot of stuff. So the link for this Telegram group I'll mention in the description of this video. Okay. So fine, let's get started. So this particular test case I'm going to automate. So verify registering an account by providing an invalid email address into the email field. This is a test case. Okay. If I provide an invalid email address while creating an account should not get created, right? Obviously. So the steps are like this. Open the application URL in any browser. We'll do that using automation. After that, I have to click on my account drop menu. So I'll show you practically at the same time while going through the steps and all. I have to go to this application URL. After going to this, after I open the application URL here, this particular application URL, tutorialsninja.com/demo application. Then I have to click on my account drop menu. Then I have to click on register option. I'll be taken to the register account page. The register account page, what I have to do in the register account page, I have to enter new account details into all the fields. Okay, that is first name field I have to enter. Let's say I will enter my first name into the first name field. Then I have to enter last name into the last name field. Using automation, I'm going to do this, guys, later. Telephone number I have to enter. Okay, email I'm not entering. Telephone number I'll enter. I'm entering the telephone. After entering the telephone, then password. I'll give the password 12345 12345 into the password and password confirm fields. Then I have to select the newsletter option. Then I have to select the privacy policy field. Then I have to enter invalid email address into the email field. Into this particular email field, I have to enter the invalid email address. So here, refer the test data. Okay, for getting that invalid, what kind of invalid email address I have to enter? For that, I have to refer the test data that is provided here beside. So 4 sets of invalid test data is provided. That means the same test case I have to run or execute 4 times. Okay, with every data, invalid data, I have to run this same steps 4 times. Okay, I have to write the automation script in such a way that the automation test runs 4 times, every time with one set of data, one set of invalid data or invalid email address. Okay, let's pick one of the invalid email address, that is this one. And I'll just paste it here. And after entering the invalid email, one of the invalid email address, I have to click on the continue button. The moment I click on the continue button, you see, I'm getting a warning message here. I'm getting some kind of message, JavaScript kind of message. Okay, I have to verify that. Okay, so account here, as part of when the moment I click on the continue button, what should happen? Expected result 1, account should not be created. Yeah, account is not getting created. It's not creating an account. We are still on the register account page, even if I click on even after clicking on the continue button. So it should be the same. Instead, a proper field level warning message or page level warning message to provide valid email address should be displayed. This kind of field level warning message should come. Page level anyhow is not coming. So at least field level will come. We have to verify that. Okay, this field level warning message we have to verify. This is what we have to automate, guys. As part of this session, I'm going to cover this for you guys. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's get started. So fine. So what I'll do now is I'll just go to the Eclipse IDE where we have this practice automation here project already created. I'll go to the register pack under that register account test. Already as part of the previous sessions, I have automated a lot of test cases. You see, this is the first test case, priority 1, second test case, priority 2, priority 3 is the third test case, priority 4 is the fourth test case, priority 5 is the fifth test case, priority 6 is the sixth one, priority 7 is the seventh one, priority 8 is the eighth one. Okay. So last one is 8. Okay. All 8 test cases I have created already. Now I have to create the ninth test case. Actually, one test case I've just kept it on hold. That will come to that later. Okay. For now, we'll go with the 10th test case. Public void register account using invalid email address. Okay. Is the test case I want to automate. So I have created a method with proper name I created. I have to convert this method into a test-ng test method. So in this test-ng test method, I'm going to write some Selenium automation code. That is, I'll start writing WebDriver. Driver is equal to new Chrome driver, let's say. And after that, I'll simply say driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Then driver dot get provide the URL. This is the application URL, right? Tutorials ninja.com/demo is application URL that I have to provide in the get command. After I open this application URL, what I have to do next? After I open this application URL, I have to click on my account. I'll inspect this my account option. So have to create an locator so that I can locate this my account option. So some text is there. I'll copy this text and I'll create an XPath expression /span. Text is equal to like this. I'll see. So here only one element is getting located. That is nothing but the my account. You see when I hover the mouse on this HTML code, this option is getting selected and only one is being shown here. This is XPath. Copy the XPath expression. I copied the XPath expression and simply write down driver.find element by dot XPath. Provide the XPath of that my account option and create a web element out of it. My account drop menu. Okay. And I'll hover the mouse and say create local variable. Web element will be created. Web element got created, guys. Once the web element is created, what is the next step I have to do? I have to click on the my account drop menu. I'll use a Selenium WebDriver command, that is click command, to click on this my account drop menu. After that, I have to select the register option as per the steps that we already have gone through. I'll inspect this register option. Inspect this register option and clear this out. Okay, inspect this again, register option. So this HTML code is getting highlighted. This particular HTML code is getting highlighted. It is the link text. Copy this link text of this register option and come back here and simply driver.find element by dot link text. Link text locator you give for that register option. So here register option I will say is equal to create a web element. Okay, just type down web element. That's it. Register option dot click is also done. Once you selected the register option, the next thing is you'll be taken to the register account page. After you go to the register account page, you have to enter the first name, last name, telephone, password, password confirm, newsletter, privacy policy. Right, one by one, we'll try to automate. Inspect this first name field. There's an ID. I'll copy this ID, and driver dot. Just create it quickly. Driver dot, because in the previous sessions also I created, so I'll just do it quickly. By dot ID, provide the ID locator of the first name field. Simply I'll write on first name is equal to web element here, web element, and simply I'll say first name dot send keys, and I'll give my first name here. Okay, first name is done. Then similarly I have to create the web element for the here Arun will be entered. Last name, inspect this, and ID is there for the last name field. Copy this, come back here, driver dot find element by dot ID, provide the ID locator of the last name field. Put a semicolon here and simply say last name or last name field, whatever you feel convenient, you can provide that name. Now simply say last name dot send keys, provide the last name. Put a semicolon. Okay. And after this, after entering the last name, now I need to enter the telephone. I'll inspect the telephone field. It also has an ID. Just drag this side so that inspect this. This also has an ID. Copy this ID of the telephone field. Come back here and simply write down driver dot find element by dot ID. Provide the ID locator of the telephone field, and here telephone field is equal to, okay, and here web element, okay, and simply say telephone field dot send keys and give the telephone number 12345678890. Some dummy telephone number I am giving. After entering 12345678890 here in the telephone field, I have to enter the password. I'll inspect the password field. This is the ID of the password field. I'll create a web element for the password field with the help of its ID by.id. By.id. Provide the ID locator of that password field, semicolon, and here simply write on password field. Create a web element, and now simply write down password field dot telecast. Okay, and here I'll give the password as 12345. Okay, here also 12345. 12345. Done. Okay, password confirm field. Inspect that. Provide this ID locator of the password confirm field, and here write down driver dot find element by dot ID. Okay, then here password confirm field is equal to web element. Create a web element and simply write down password field dot send keys. Again give 12345 here. 12345. Put a semicolon. After entering 12345 into the password confirm field, now select the newsletter option. Yes, newsletter option. Inspect this, and there's an input. This one is value 1, newsletter name, and value 1 is there. So control F / input at the rate name is equal to newsletter at the rate value is equal to 1. Okay, like this I'll give. We'll locate this sradio option. Copy this driver dot find element by dot xpath. Provide the xpath expression of that sradio button. Yes, newsletter field. Okay, and here web element I'll say, and just need to select that sradio button. So I'll simply say dot click. This will select the sradio button. Once that S is selected, now I need to select the privacy policy. Inspect this privacy policy. Inspect this privacy policy. Here name agree is there. Copy this name locator and create a web element driver dot find element by dot names. Give the name locator of that privacy policy checkbox field. Put a semicolon. Here simply say privacy policy. Privacy policy field otherwise. Okay. And create a web element and simply say privacy policy dot click. Dot click. Click on the privacy policy field. Here also just to make in line, you can simply say first name field. Okay. Just first name field dot send keys. Last name field dot send keys. Then telephone field already there. Password field, password confirm field, newsletter field, privacy policy field, everything is there. Now finally, after doing all this stuff, what I have to do in these steps? You see here, this is the one. After entering all these details, now I have to enter an invalid email address into the email field. One of the invalid email address I'll enter for now. Okay, I have to enter the invalid email address into the email field. Okay, so I'll enter one of the invalid email address, guys. Okay, so for now, later we'll go with the four data sets. Okay, for now only one data set will take, only one email address will take. Okay, so inspect this email address field. Inspect this. It also has an ID. Copy this ID of the email address field. Come back here and simply write down driver dot find element by dot ID of the email address field. By dot ID of the email address field. Semicolon. Here simply say email field. Email field is equal to, here say web element. web element, and simply say email field dot send keys, and here enter the first invalid email address that is there in the test case as part of the test data, that is a motori, right? This one I have to enter, which is in an invalid email format. Okay, email will be like a at the rate b.com, something like should be there. Okay, arun at the rate gmail.com or something should be there, but here we are just giving this part without at the rate, without anything, which is an invalid email address for sure. Now I simply need to click on, after entering this invalid email address, I just simply need to click on this continue button. After selecting this privacy, inspect this continue button. So copy this value and create an XPath, /input at the rate value is equal to continue. At the rate value is equal to continue. By looking at the HTML code, I created an XPath expression for this continue button. Only one element got located. Copy this, come back here, and simply write down driver.find element by dot XPath expression of that continue button. I'm writing, put a semicolon, and here simply write on continue button is equal to, okay, web element element, and simply say continue button dot click. Okay, continue button dot click. That's it. Continue button dot click. So once that is done, the script will get executed, and moment I click on the continue button, what should I verify here? Once I click on the continue button, account should not be created. Account should not be created, guys. Okay. How can I be sure that account is not created? If I am on the same page, even after clicking on the continue button, if I am on the same page, okay. If I am on the same page, then I can confirm that account is not created. Okay. How to verify that? So I'll get the title, string, expected title, expected URL. Okay. Expected URL or expected title, both are same guys. Okay, either you can get the title or URL. For now, I'm going with expected URL guys. Okay. Okay, this is expected URL. What is the actual one? I have to get that one, right? After clicking on the continue button, I have to simply say driver dot get current URL. Okay, get current URL. And here, this get current URL I'll store in the string actual URL, string actual URL. Okay, now I have to compare this expected and actual. If both are same, then account is not created. Assert dot assert equals, okay, here actual I have to give, first one actual URL I have to give, and this one is the expected URL I have to give. Okay, this one expected URL I have to give, put a semicolon, that's it. Assert dot assert equals test.ng assertion have written. After that I will quit the browser. Okay, after that I'll quit the browser guys. Okay, so here the things are not done yet, because here expected result is not just about account should not be created. Okay, apart from account should not be created, we also have to verify whether a proper warning message is getting displayed or not. Okay, but here the problem is this field level validation that is coming, right? We cannot right click and inspect. You see, the moment I click on continue, if I try to right click, it's going off. There's no other way guys. Okay, in HTML code or anywhere you cannot find. So what is the way? I cannot even take a screenshot of this guys. Okay, I cannot even take a screenshot of only this field level notification thing, that I cannot take a screenshot also. There's something coming from the JavaScript and all, which cannot be automated. Okay, this part cannot be automated guys. Only way is that after clicking on the continue button, we can take the screenshot of this entire page. Okay, so that in that individual screenshot I cannot take. Okay, only this part I cannot take, but I can take the screenshot of this page. As part of the page, it will be coming, right? It will be displaying. So we have to check our screenshots and confirm. Okay, few things we cannot automate this. Okay, 100% of application cannot be automated. Just okay, whatever we can automate it, whatever the things that we can automate, or whatever the level we can go. But few things we cannot automate using Selenium. Okay, so such kind of things we have to go with other ways. So the best way I feel as part of this test case is that once you click on the continue button, take a screenshot and store the screenshot in the screenshots folder. Okay, in the screenshots we can check whether the screenshot the notification has come or not. Okay, this field level warning has come or not, we can check the screenshot and confirm that. Okay, so apart from the test passing here, okay, as per the account not created, we should also check the screenshots to confirm whether they are really passed or not later. Okay. In the project, we'll create a folder and we'll capture the screenshots and put into that particular screenshot folder. Okay. I'll before taking the screenshot of anything, I'll just right click here and right click new. I'll create a folder here. I'll just name this folder as screenshots folder. Okay, in the screenshots folder. So later we can attach these screenshots to the reports in frameworks. Okay. And as part of the pass and fail, we can also attach the screenshots and we can decide the things. Okay. As per the screenshots and all. Okay. Fine. Anyhow, so what we can do here is I have to, after clicking on the continue button, I have to take a screenshot, right? After clicking on continue button, the field level things will come and have to take a screenshot here. How to take a screenshot? Just here typecast the driver. Okay. A okay. There is a take a screenshot kind of class will be there. Okay. Put a semicolon. Okay. So we have to typecast the driver and all those stuff, guys. Okay. What is this one? We have to typecast the driver and so what we have to do here is we have to surround this with the circular brackets and simply say dot get. You have to type it manually, guys. Okay. Type get screenshot as, and after that, hover the mouse on this text screenshot. Okay, it's suggesting to change the name to take screenshot. It's not take, guys. Takes. Okay, even I forgot. Take screenshot. Instead of take, you have to say takes screenshot. Hover the mouse now. Now you may be getting the import statement. Import the take screenshot from Selenium library. And here get screenshot as inside this you have to type output type dot file will be there. Just select that file option. Okay. And here src file. Okay. Sr source file. And here you have to declare that as file. And you have to import this file. Hover the mouse and import this file from java.io package. Okay. Done. Till that part is done. This will and one more line we have to write. File utils, or there's one more thing, guys. Okay. File handles, actually. File handles dot is this file handles. Just hover the mouse. Not this one, guys. Okay. There's one more thing. File. Yeah, I remember now. File handler, guys. Okay. Not handles, handler. Okay. From Selenium, it is coming. File handler dot copy. Copy from copy src file to new location. What is that location? New file of. I have to give the path of the screenshots folder here. Whatever the screenshots folder just now I created, right? That path I have to give. Under the project, directly under the project, the screenshots folder is there. So have to mention the screenshots directly. Screenshots under the screenshots folder. Double forward slash, and I have to give the name of the screenshot file with extension. Let's say I'll say 1.png. Now the error is still coming. Over the mouse and add throws declaration. Okay, that's it. The error will be ignored for now. But in real time, we have to use try catch blocks and all those stuff. But that I'm not going to do that now, just to make the script simple to understand and all. Okay. So fine, this is what the screenshot will be taken, and okay. So all the things will be done. Let's run the script and see whether the things are happening or not. Okay. So let's run this particular test and see whatever I have automated so far is working fine or not. Later, I have to do a lot of things, guys. For every set of data, I have to run this test. This test has to run 4 times, not just one time. Only one test data I have given. And for that particular test data, whether we are getting results or not, we'll check first. And later, after this is done, we'll go and pass multiple sets of data to the same test method that is coming up. So data-driven kind of approach we are going to follow next. Once this is completed, register account page, entering all the details and enter the email address, continue. Done. It's saying the test is passed. The script got executed successfully. Now screenshots folder, go and refresh once. You see there is a file created, right click. You can directly open also. It will open in the Eclipse ID editor, or you can go to the location and open that. This is a screenshot case, okay? You see, please include an @ in the email address. Aimoturi is missing an @. Proper warning message is coming. That's fine. Okay. So visually we can see the screenshot and confirm that the test case got passed. Even from the screenshot, the test case got passed. Okay. But now the next task is remaining is the next task is that we have to pass. We have to pass multiple invalid test data. Okay. Not only this one, we have to even pass @aimoturi @gmail, aimoturi @gmail. For every test data, we have to see whether the test case is getting passed, and also for every test data, screenshots should be taken. All the things we have to incorporate into this particular script now. So for that to happen, what I will do is I'll create one data supplier method, some method which can supply the data to this test method. That invalid email addresses should be supplied to this particular method. Public void. I'll just name this method as supply test data. Okay. Supply invalid email data. Okay. Just give some random name. Okay. And here, just name this as data provider annotation. Okay. Because officially you are making testng, believe, officially if you provide this testng annotation at the rate data provide, this method will become a data provider method, data which will supply the data. Hover the mouse and import this data provider from testng annotations. And you can give a proper name for this. Name is equal to invalid email supplier. Okay, like this some different name I gave for this data provider so that we can uniquely identify here. Now I have to connect this particular thing. Now I have to connect this particular thing. Before connecting, we can do one thing. So if I have to connect this method to pass the data to this testng test method, here we have to provide data provider. Okay, attribute I have to use. This is not an annotation. This is an attribute I am providing in the test annotation is equal to. I have to give the name of this data provider. That is nothing but this one. This name I have to give. Okay, with the help of that name, we can connect. Now this test method is now connected with this data provider. So the data provider can now supply the data to this testng test method. Okay, that's done. Now, what data I have to supply? That I will write. I'll simply say string array, string emails, invalid emails is equal to curly braces you can put, right? Array, right? It's an array, single dimensional array. Curly braces you can put and double quotes you can pass multiple sets of data. How many sets of data are there? 4 are there. So 4 double quotes I have put. The first one I'll provide this. I'll pass this one, aimoturi. I'll pass in the first one. The second one, aimoturi @ I'll pass. Third one I'll pass aimoturi @ gmail. Fourth one I'll pass aimoturi @ gmail. One more extra data is there. Okay, that's it. Now I would put a semicolon. That's done. I have to return this. Return invalid emails. What should be the return type? The return type should not be void anymore. It should be string array. Okay, it can be string array. Once you return the string array here. So now here I'll put a string. Simply name that as invalid email. Invalid email. Okay, that's it. One parameter I'll pass. So every time this particular test method, every time this data provider passes one invalid email to this particular test method, right? That will be passed to this particular parameter. And this one I have to use it here. Invalid email I'm copying here, and instead of manually providing this here, I'll copy this. Instead of manually providing, I'll just paste it. Okay, the parameter, whatever the value that the argument that will be received by this parameter will be passed to this email field. Okay, let's see whether this will work or not. For everything, things need to be taken care of. So here, the screenshot will be created every time with one.png name. It should not be the case. Every time a different, different screenshot should be created. So what we can do? what we can do in this case. So for that we can do one thing, that is we can implement different methods, guys. Different ways, there are different ways to get the screenshot created with different things. Okay, I can add a timestamp to this particular name. Okay, so I'll just give a general name like screenshot, and I'll add a timestamp to the screenshot. Okay, how to add the timestamp? For adding the timestamp, first I have to say date is equal to new date. Okay, date is equal to new date, and date not date dot uh, date dot what is the method we have here? Hmm. Maybe date dot get something will be there, guys. Okay, get date is there, int date is coming, something should be there. Just not remembering that, but date dot to string. Okay, date dot to string. That is a method I have to use. So if I say date dot to string, it will get some date with some spaces and all those stuff. I have to convert that dot. In that to string, I'll replace, if there are any spaces in the string, I'll replace that with underscore. Okay, this is a code for generating the timestamp, guys. If you want me to explain this in detail, I have to create one more package and explain, guys. Okay, right click new package, temp package, and in that I'll explain about the date and all those stuff. Right click new, just temporary demo, public static void main, and here I'm going to write that code, whatever that I'm going to implement. Okay, date is equal to new date. Every time a different name should come for the file. So for that reasons, I have to take the help of the date, import this date from java.util package, and simply say date.toString. And so if I print this out, string original. Okay, if I print this original, you will understand from the output what's the problem. This original will contain some spaces and colon symbols in the output. Right click run as Java application. Some date will be printed, but it will come with some spaces. You see some space, Friday, Jan, space is there, 05 space. Again, some colons are there which cannot be accepted in the file name. So I have to convert this in such a way that it should get appended as part of the file name. So for that reason, what I'll do is this original thing, original dot, original dot replace. I'll replace the spaces here, spaces with underscore, and put a semicolon. I'll simply, this will return modified one. I'll say string, I'll say. Now I'll print out the modified one also, system.out.println modified one. Run this code. Now you'll get the modified date. You see, original one is like this, modified one is like this. Wherever the spaces are there, underscore came. Single name should be there for the file name, right? Wherever the spaces are there, underscore is there. But there is one more problem, colons. Colons are the problems. Colons cannot be part of the file name. So I have to even replace that. So what I'll do is modified one dot replace. I'll say replace modified one dot replace. Here colon symbols I'll replace with underscore. Underscore I'll replace, put a semicolon here, and modified 2 I'll say modified 2 is equal to, and here I'll say string. Now I'll print the modified 2 also. String system.out.println modified 2. Let's run this code. Right click run as Java application. You see, this is original. Modified one has this colons. Even modified 2 has colons replaced with underscore. This looks like a proper name for the file. Okay. Now I'll simplify this. Print statements are not required, but what I will do here is simple. Okay. So I'll simply say timestamp. Timestamp I'll say, instead of all this stuff, I'll simply say timestamp. I'll just put one print statement, open state. Timestamp is equal to date dot to string dot replace spaces with replace space with underscore. Okay, underscore. And also again one more replace I'll write. Replace here in the single line itself. I am doing all the stuff. Okay, replace colon with underscore. Instead of writing multiple lines, I can write like this. Okay, this will generate the timestamp. That timestamp I'll print it out. Run this code. Okay, we got that. We can even reduce this. Instead of writing all this stuff, we can simply reduce this one also. How? Simply say new date dot. This is also fine. Okay. String time stamp. In single line we can. You see how simple we can make the code. Okay. Just object reference. This object reference dot to string dot replace. We can do that. Okay. This is the easiest way to do. Okay. So it's still the same output got printed. I'll copy this code and paste it here. After pasting it here, I'll delete this temp package and file. Not required anymore. Continue. Removed. Fine. Now what I'll do is here this timestamp print. I don't have to print the timestamp, but rather the timestamp. I'll put it here. Screenshot plus timestamp plus double quote. Like this. Okay. I have to write like I'm attaching the timestamp to the screenshot. Okay. Screenshot underscore I'll say underscore timestamp. Okay. So that every file will have a separate timestamp and okay. And for 4 sets of data, this test method will be running 4 times. And for every screenshot file, right, a different name will be there. So we can understand, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. In order they will be created. I'll delete this 1.png. Now let's run the test-ng test method and see what happens. It should run 4 times, guys. Okay. The same test method should run 4 times, every time with different set of data, different invalid email address data. First time it is running. Let's see whether the first set of data is being entered or not. Yes, it got entered. Done. Screenshot has also taken. Second one. Yeah, done. Third set of data will be now passed to the test-ng test method. Data driven kind of testing this is, okay. Wherever there is a need in our testing, we have to add the data driven approach. Yeah. You see, the same test method got executed 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Register account using invalid email address, invalid email address, invalid email address, invalid. Every time with a different invalid email address data. Okay. 4 sets of data were there. And every time, let's refresh the screenshots folder and see what's happening. You see, 4 different screenshots have been taken with different timestamp 01, 13, 24, 35. Okay. So we can find out like in first one, what is a message we got. Please include an @ in the email address. A is missing. That looks good. Second one, please enter a following. Please enter a part following this. Okay. Till @ we have provided. You have to enter the remaining it's saying. Okay. Which is incomplete it is saying. That's also good. Warning message looks good. Now third one, let's see what is coming. Third one is a different one, guys. Email address does not appear to be valid. Direct this one. We can retrieve this and verify this, but anyhow, we are taking screenshots. Let's stick to that approach. Okay. And fourth one, dot is used at wrong position in Gmail. It's saying, okay. Emoturi@gmail dot and this is something should come, but it's not coming. Something maybe proper warning message or something should be there, but here dot is used at a wrong position in Gmail. It's saying, okay, Gmail dot. So fine. So some warning messages are coming. We have verified it, and accordingly we can we can confirm whether the test is passed or failed. Okay, as per the screenshots. Okay, if the expected messages are not matching with any of the screenshots, we can still fail the test case. That's what I mean to say. But this is how we can automate it. Okay, this is how we can automate the test case with multiple sets of data are there. We are passing that. Okay. So hope guys you got an idea how to automate this particular test case. We have successfully automated this one, and okay, and I can mark it as green now. Okay, this one is done. In the next session, we are going to automate another test case. That is the 11th test case, and the remaining test case will keep automating guys in every session. I'm going to automate a few test cases on a daily basis and all. I'm doing that. Okay, so just follow my sessions in an order and to understand what exactly I'm doing as part of this application. Okay, so a lot of test cases are there guys for automating this particular application. So I'm just taking this as a challenge and trying to automate as many as test cases as possible so that you can learn a lot of real-time stuff from me. Okay. I'm taking this real-time application and automating it. Okay. So for more updates on the sessions and all, right, you just join our okay Telegram group. I'm going to provide this Telegram group link in the description of this video, and along with that link in the description of the video, I'm also going to provide the code that I have written here. Okay. The code that I have written here also will be provided. Okay. So a GitHub link for accessing this particular code or the entire code in this particular project will be shared in the description of this video, guys. You can check it there. Okay. So, so that's all, guys. That's all. See you in the next session where I try to automate other things on different applications. And also in other sessions, I'll also show you how to automate the next test case of the same application also. Okay. So keep following this series and improve your test automation skills. Okay. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.